And a welcome to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. I'm Pep Fernandez. That's Jeff Gorham. Greg Holla back in the Fox Sports IE studio. Jeff, you know, we've got spring training going down in the Cactus League, of course, for our Dodgers and our Halos. But right now, a little taste of baseball. We're live at Cal Baptist University because we got a big high school game. The Lancers are on the field right now warming up, but tonight it's going to be Servite taking on Santiago, and that's going to be a big high school game, a home opener for the Sharks. The Sharks, one of the best teams in the state, going to a huge national tournament. They've got a star player named Bryce Terang, who could be the #1 overall pick in the Major League Baseball draft, certainly a first-round pick, the big hitting shortstop Bryce Terang. So we've got a lot going on, a lot we're going to touch on, but it's kind of nice to be out here, right?
It's wonderful. We're here at Cal. It's a little chilly.
It is a little chilly.
I have bad knees. It's cold. I'm going to cuddle with you here in a few minutes.
You are?
We're hanging out here in the press box. I get to see Gary Adcock if I can see him anywhere on the field. He's a little guy.
He is a little guy.
He hides behind blades of grass. He's so small.
Well, we're excited to be out here. It's a big day of baseball, and we've got a lot to get to. We'll talk more about this CBU baseball team. We'll also get you all set for Servite taking on Santiago in high school baseball. First pitch coming up at 6 o'clock. But, Jeff, how about your Lakers? Here's the deal with the Lakers.
They're awesome?
Well, hold on. I didn't say that.
I did.
I didn't say that. What I'm saying is they don't have a star player, but they're actually a pretty good team. You know what I mean? Like, the sum of their parts is better than having a star player. They beat Atlanta last night, 123-104. And listen, the Hawks stink. They really stink. But the Lakers continue to win, and it's 3 in a row for them. They're 26-34 this season. They've already matched last year's win total. Last year they were 26-56, so they've already matched last year's win total.
They're very alluring, and they're going to be alluring for somebody like LeBron James or that other guy, Paul George. I'm telling you, that's what's happening in the world of the Lakerland.
Very balanced. They had 9 Lakers last night in double figures in terms of scoring, so very balanced, getting a little bit of scoring from every place. Brandon Ingram led the way with 21 as they won their 3rd straight. And again, I think it's just a pretty substantial jump from last year, considering that they went 26-56 last year. That's 30 games under 500, and already they're within 8 games of 500, 26-34. That's a pretty good turnaround.
That's a great turnaround. Do you attribute it to Lonzo Ball, or do you attribute it to?
Are you serious?
Or do you
you said that with a straight face.
Well, I have to. We're sports. We're talk radio. We got to talk about these things. Or do you attribute it to the growth of Ingram and maybe Kuzma and the great Caldwell Pope?
You're awful.
Who do you
No.
attribute it to?
Here's what I think it is. I think Kyle Kuzma has been a very pleasant surprise, right?
Yes.
They picked Lonzo Ball over him, but Kyle Kuzma, definitely the best rookie on the team. I think it's the sweet surprise of Kyle Kuzma. I also think Luke Walton, having a season as the Lakers coach. Remember when he was at Golden State, when he filled in for Steve Kerr. They win like 20 in a row. Like, they were unbelievable. Now, don't get me wrong. The Warriors have studs all over the place. But you still have to have a coach. The coach has to do something. You got to press the right button still, right?
I mean, I look at guys like Walton, Kerr. Those guys haven't been that far removed from playing the game of basketball. I think we've equated this to Justin Bell over at UC Riverside.
Yeah.
I think they just know when guys are ready to play by looking at their bench and putting in the right combination. UC Riverside's the similar situation. Like I said, we've talked to Coach Bell about this. He looks at his bench. He says, hey, he can tell if guys are ready to play. He goes out before the games. I'm sure Walton does the same. He knows when guys are ready to play, which guys he wants in the game, and he wants the certain guys in crunch time. So he's kind of adjusting into his role. But what's it going to be like when next year's team? They're going to have a completely different team because they have so much money on the books to give away. That team is going to be drastically different.
Yeah, they are going to look a lot different. But at least the young guys in place, hopefully if they stick around, at least you know what you kind of have going forward. Okay, we got Kuzma. I mean, heaven forbid, I don't know, Julius Randle's actually been playing pretty well. Maybe you keep Julius Randle. You've got Brandon Ingram. You're like, okay, I got these parts. I'll throw in Lonzo Ball. Okay, these are the 4 guys going forward. They've got to stick around. Now we build around these guys. We bring in LeBron James. We bring in Kawhi Leonard, whoever it might be. But at least with the young guys, you know who you have going forward. And like you said, Isaiah Thomas probably is not part of their long-term plans.
And I don't think that Brook Lopez is part of their long-term plans as well. You know, and he's in a contract year where he wants to show his wares because he probably has another big contract left in him. But yeah, like you said, it's a really, really young team. They seem to be very cohesive at this point. I mean, they've already, like I said, they've already tied last year's record as far as wins, and they're probably going to get another 10 wins or so before the season's over. Probably won't make the playoffs, but a very, very drastic jump, to say the least. Yeah,
that's what caught me is they've already caught last year's win total. I think that's pretty impressive. For a very young Lakers team and for Luke Walton. So much negative stuff, and most of it's been brought on by Lonzo Ball and his family. But there is positive. If you're a Laker fan out there, I'm a Sacramento Kings fan, I'll tell you what, there's no hope on the horizon. Like, we stink. There's nothing to be optimistic about. But if you're a Laker fan, dude, I would totally be optimistic. You've got some great young players, and you're going to have a lot of money. You're going to break your big piggy bank, and you're going to go get some guys.
Yeah, like we've talked about, if they could just get rid of that Luol Deng deal. If they got rid of that deal and maybe shopped, you know, I still think that Julius Randle will probably be on the chopping block just because you can get some return in him. Then you have a chance to get 3 max deals, which is pretty much unheard of in today's NBA market.
Well, we're, again, live at Cal Baptist University. Got a big high school game tonight, Santiago and Servite. There's another live look if you're watching us on the channel of the Lancers. Get a little practice in, a little workout before the high school game tonight. And they're going to be opening up some home games coming up for CBU here later in the week. Hey, they just had that big homestand against Colorado Mesa, who was number 3 in the country, and they split with them 2-2. So a lot of local guys on this team, very, very good, and they're off to another great start. Number 12 in the nation in Division II. We'll talk more CBU baseball later in the show with the skipper of the Lancers, Gary Adcock, who grew up with Jeff Gorham. He's kind of like a mini version of you, a miniature Jeff Gorham.
Is he going to be in the press box here?
He's going to come up to the press box. In fact, I think that's him right there.
Hey, he might be able to sit on my lap.
He could.
He can sit on my lap. He'd be perfect. I mean, we're 2 bald guys. We look almost identical. He's just a mini version of me.
He is a mini version of you.
I can't wait to talk to Gary Adcock. Yeah, that's him.
That's him right there. We'll talk to him as well because, remember, he played at UCLA with Dodgers manager Dave Roberts.
Yeah, I didn't.
We got to talk to him about that as well.
Dave Roberts looks ancient compared to Gary Adcock.
Yeah, Gary looks pretty good.
Yeah, because
Dave Roberts kind of looks like a grandpa already, right?
He might be. Gary Adcock, maybe he's a grandpa.
No.
I'll ask him.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So we'll talk CBU baseball. And right now, Jeff, over at the Plex at UC Riverside, they're already starting their home opener. In fact, you got the stats up. Look at you, Jeff. UCR taking on the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, UNLV, the Running Rebels. No score, top of the first, but it is the home opener for UC Riverside at the Plex. And our dear, dear friend Ghazal Hassan, is he on the call?
He's on the call.
See, we were unsure if we were going to have baseball today, whether it was Santiago here at CBU or UC Riverside at the Plex against UNLV, but man, the sun is out. It feels good. I got the sun on my back. It feels great. Got my beanie on.
And there's snow all around us. There was snow in the Corona Mountains this morning when I was coming in.
Was there really?
Yeah, there's snow everywhere.
Up on the pass, like the Cajon Pass, the high desert, they got a blanket of snow. I think even to the east, like Yucaipa going up into Oak Glen, they got some snow up there. So
the Ortega Highway?
Yes. A little bit of snow everywhere but here. But, man, we got the sun out. It's going to feel good. But once that sun goes, once we hit about 5 o'clock, hopefully there's no breeze. But once we hit about 5 o'clock, it's going to get a little chilly around here.
And that's when I leave.
That's when Jeff says, I'm out.
I'm out, Jerry. I'm out of here.
So the Lancers are on the field doing their practice right now. We'll talk, again, CBU baseball, UCR baseball. We'll give you updates as they're taking on UNLV in their home opener tonight. And when we come back in our next segment, Jeff, we're going to talk about Kawhi Leonard because kind of had some breaking news at the end of yesterday's show that we want to revisit, that he's coming back. They say he's going to be scheduled to come back in March, which March is in 2 days, so we don't know exactly when in March, but He's back on the floor in San Antonio working out with the team, and it looks like he's close to coming back. So if you're an NBA fan, if you're a Kawhi Leonard fan, I guess that's the first step in kind of mending if there was anything broken there, right, between the team and between Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, but heck, you got to get him on the floor. He's making almost $17.5 million, for gosh sakes. Got to get something out of him. Even if it's $1.98, you might as well put him out on the floor.
That's a lot of money. So Kawhi Leonard set to return. So we're going to talk Kawhi Leonard. We're going to have Rob Robinson as well, the Notre Dame high school boys basketball coach. Notre Dame taking on Bishop Amat Friday night. They're the first game, Friday night at APU.
Yeah, for the World Championship of the CIF.
Division 3A, and it's going to be an all-parochial battle for that championship. Again, the first time the Titans have been in the championship game since 1980. That's a long time ago, and you were there.
I was there. I was 10 years old. I was just a wee lad.
Just a little Jeff Gorham at the time.
Watching Bobby Foy with the best hair. He had the best hair in the entire city of Riverside.
The best, Jerry. The best.
And then the Drakeslands.
Yeah.
They were pretty good. So, yeah, it was a good team. I remember watching that very, very closely as a wee lad.
So early 80s, were there any Notre Dame versus Poly battles?
No.
No, they didn't play each other?
No. They were, because at that time, Notre Dame, it was the Ivy League. You had Ramona, Poly, Arlington North, and Norte Vista. Those were the five, really.
The big five.
Yeah, and that was it. And then the smaller leagues didn't usually play each other too much, because the old Ivy League was just that core group. La Sierra was in a smaller division. Notre Dame was kind of just playing. Notre Dame's had some great players, though. I was thinking about just this, driving in this morning. I'm like, let's think about the old Notre Dame basketball players. They had some great players over the years, and I wonder if they have a Hall of Fame. I'm going to have to ask Rob Robinson when he calls in, because they've had some great players.
Yeah, Rob Robinson's going to join us at 4:30. Again, Rob Robinson from Notre Dame, Gary Adcock, the Cal Baptist head baseball coach, and Ty De Trinidad, the Santiago baseball coach. He'll join us once they arrive. They're going to get here about 4:30. Again, first pitch for Santiago, and Servite will be coming up at 6 o'clock on the Inland Sports Channel. Well, it's all been brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Jeff, we're sitting here in the press box. You look out there. Who's got the biggest banner?
Spoiled.
Spoiled does. Of course they do.
Oh, they do.
Right above the 355 sign here at Totman Stadium. Spoiled, big supporter of local sports and the Inland Sports Show, so we do appreciate that. A very happy Feliz Navidad to everyone. I saw Luke Navigato down here. Maybe we'll get him up here. He's a big-time star. Just went for 4 for 5, game-winning hit. He does it all, man. He's a big man on campus here at CBU. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. And look what else is in the outfield, right close to the Spoiled sign. Ken's Sporting Goods. Where do you think Gary Adcock gets all his sweet, sweet gear? Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire. All of your sporting gear needs and team sales as well. Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Check out the new Strength and Speed class. The classes are always small, and that first one is always free. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and Twitter as well. Stay up to date. They also have an Athlete of the Month. Check that out. That's boosttrainingsystems.com. Boost Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. And Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, where you can buy, trade, and finance that new-to-you vehicle. Car shopping, it can be a real pain in the butt, right, Jeff?
Yes, I don't like it.
No, it's not fun, but if you go to Catalano Motors, it'll be nice and smooth. Make that car shopping experience so easy, no headaches involved. Check out Catalano Motors off of Temescal Canyon Road. The website is catalanocars.com. All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, we'll talk more about this whole Kawhi Leonard situation. Kawhi Leonard is on the verge of returning to the San Antonio Spurs. Does that mean everything's good and everything's better and he's going to be a Spur for life, or is this just in the meantime? Are we going to see him in Laker purple and gold? Jeff says yes. Right?
I do.
You do say yes.
I still believe it. I don't think we'll see him in it this year, but I do think, though, at the end of this season, when the Spurs go back into mediocrity of not winning a championship.
You got to believe. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
And welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Again, we're live at Totman Stadium at Cal Baptist University. Santiago taking on Servite tonight in high school baseball. We're going to talk Kawhi Leonard, but Jeff's up to something.
Yes, we have a special guest on the line.
We do.
Somebody has some breaking news. Who's on the line here, caller?
It's Smedberg.
Smedberg, old Smeddy Smed.
Smeddy Smedberg. Why are you calling today?
Because it's Pep's birthday. Happy birthday, Pep.
Ah, you guys are the worst.
Yes.
The worst.
It's Pep's birthday,
I hate
everybody.
birthdays. I don't like to say anything.
Woo! Oh, it's going to be a cavalcade of love and laughs and fun here at the end of the sports show.
You guys.
Happy birthday, Pep Fernandez.
Thank you.
How old are you now?
I'm 40.
Oh!
How did I get old? When did I get old?
Oh, no, you've been old for quite a while.
I have?
Yeah. So, yeah, the Gorms wanted to wish you happy birthday today.
How did you guys find out?
We know everything. I know everything. Haven't you figured that one out?
No, I don't put it on Twitter. I don't put it on Facebook.
I did.
Oh, she did. Carla did?
Oh, Carla Smedberg.
Oh.
No, we just wanted to call and say that. So, thanks for calling in there, honey. What are you doing right now?
I'm grading some papers. I wanted to say happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you, Carla. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's just going to be, you know what? Today's show is just going to be nothing but love for Pep Fernandez. So everyone out there.
You guys should cuddle because
no, that's why I brought my beanie, so I didn't have to cuddle with them, so I can stay warm.
So, yes, happy birthday, Pep. All right, thanks, honey. I'll see you at home.
All right, bye. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Carla.
That's old Smedberg.
You're the worst, Jeff.
I am. You should say we got.
Oh, even Greg Holla, happy birthday! Oh, you guys, jeez. This is about. It's not about me. It's about sports. It's about Kawhi Leonard, man. It's about the Sharks.
You were all about sports,
about CBU baseball.
Okay, let's go back to Kawhi Leonard.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So he had a quad injury, right?
Yes.
And he hasn't played since January 13th. He sat out the first 27 games of the season. He tried to come back. He played a little bit here and there, and then they shut it down. But the whole weird thing, Jeff, was because he kind of went rogue. He went Rogue One. He kind of went and did his own thing, and he was working out a little bit on his own. But San Antonio finally got a hold of him and said, "No, you're medically cleared. You are fine." Remember, we joked about the scene from Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby, right? Like,
yes,
dude, you can walk. You're okay. No. Well, now he's back. It's reported that he's with San Antonio once again and actually working out in their team facility.
Well, I think, honestly, it's getting to the point now where they're telling him, hey, you've got to play. We've got a contract here. We're paying you, millions and millions of dollars. We've got to get something out of you. We've got to see if you can run around. So I'm sure they're going to test again. He's averaging 16 points a game in his, I think, so far that he's played this season.
Yeah.
He just needs to play. We need to get him out on the court because they are in still a pretty good spot for those playoffs, and you never know what could happen in the playoffs. Somebody could get hurt for Golden State. Somebody could get hurt for Houston, and things could turn around. They've got a young team. They've got some young guys that Coach Popovich is kind of grooming, and they're going to play them the second half of the season and see if they can get something out of these guys.
And what's crazy is San Antonio, and I'm not even exaggerating here. San Antonio is on the cusp of not even making it to the playoffs.
Yes.
The Denver Nuggets are in 8th place right now in the Western Conference. They're only 2.5 back of San Antonio. San Antonio's in 3rd place. That's how big of a mess, how jumbled it is in the Western Conference. You get past Houston and Golden State, the rest of the Western Conference is a huge mess. San Antonio's 3, Denver's 8, but Denver's only 2.5 back of the Spurs. So maybe they're thinking, man, we need to get Kawhi back in the fold real quick because we're on the brink of not even making the playoffs.
Yeah, the Western Conference is just so darn tough. You look at who's playing well right now. You have Minnesota's playing out of their minds. They're young. When you play a young team in the playoffs, anything could happen. Those guys could play great for just a couple games and get them out of a series. You have Houston who's playing great. That was a question mark that everybody has if Chris Paul and James Harden could play together, but they're showing they can, and they brought in guys. They brought in Joe Johnson. They brought in some very, very good players around those two studs. And then, of course, you have the Warriors. And the Warriors had a skid before the All-Star break, but they've played. They're going to be fine. They're in the old Laker mode. They're going to have to just turn it on. And those guys are good enough to just be able to do that. But their bench, though, is not the same as it's been in the past.
Remember when Steve Kerr did that whole, hey, I'm going to let you guys coach. Remember he wanted to keep them on their toes and into it and engaged.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
No?
No.
You never turned it over to your team?
No. You kidding me? I was the coach, man. And I think
coach is coach.
Yeah, and if I was the opposing coach, I'd have been really angry if I'd have saw guys coaching and saw Steve Kerr. I think they were up 30 when he did it. I probably would have gone over and flicked him in his head.
I think it was against Phoenix, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was against the Suns.
I probably would have walked over and flicked old Steve Kerr in his ear, like when you were kids, and said, "Knock it off," because that doesn't do any good. And honestly, you're the basketball coach. That's what you get paid to do. You're not paid to let your guys run the asylum. And I understand he's a player's coach, and he's probably progressive in many, many parts of his life, but you can't be when you're coaching an NBA team.
Well, you got to figure that Greg Popovich and the Spurs are figuring if they have any shot at potentially knocking off Golden State or Houston. Houston's number 1 right now. So if you did the brackets, the Spurs would see the Warriors in what would be the Western Conference semis. And then after the semis, they would see Houston in the finals if they got that far. So they're probably thinking, if we've got any shot to beat the Rockets or any shot to beat the Warriors, it's going to be at full strength. It's going to be with Kawhi Leonard on the floor. And at this rate, at least you've got, 2 months? 2 months still to go, maybe, the better part of 2 months to get him back on the floor and acclimated with the team right now so you guys can get some consistency, get some momentum as a team before you get to the playoffs. You just want to reintroduce them. Hey, first round of the playoffs, Kawhi Leonard's back. At least you'll have a couple weeks together before the playoffs hit.
Yeah, and if he's healthy, as they're saying he is, if he becomes really healthy and in prime game shape at the end of the season, a lot of guys' legs are weary at the end of the year because they played so many minutes. It'd be nice to see Kawhi Leonard to have a great second half. And you never know what could happen in the playoffs, especially in the Western Conference.
Well, ESPN's reporting that he has returned to San Antonio, and they're hoping to see him back with the team on the floor, game action, sometime in the month of March. He has been in New York. It's being reported that he was in New York. He was looking for additional medical opinions to find out exactly what was going on, and he was working out at the NBA, the Players Association headquarters. So it's not like he went completely rogue and he was working out at King High School, which would have been awesome. But he was at the Players Association headquarters working out there. So somebody had their eyes on him. It wasn't like he was completely off the radar. But so he's been working out. Now he's back with the Spurs. And, again, he was medically cleared to play during the All-Star break, but he elected against returning to the team. So that was kind of the bad look, Jeff, right? I mean, just the fact that if the Spurs are telling you, we're paying you boatloads and millions of dollars, and we're telling you you're healthy, and Kawhi's like, nope, I know my body better than anybody else. I'm telling you I'm not. In fact, I'm going to go find another doctor, see what he says. And he continued to work out on his own. So, it's not like he just completely shut it down. He's going to come back overweight and out of gas. He's still working out. But if the Spurs say you can play, and they put, a $90 or $100 million investment into you, there's some obligation there, right, at the same time.
There is. And the thing is, as they were playing hold on a second here. We have another guest.
We do.
Caller, and somebody's calling in here. Let me
Let's put Kawhi Leonard on hold.
Kawhi Leonard.
Look at Jeff running the mixer.
Hold on here. Caller.
Okay.
Are you there, caller?
I am here. I just wanted to say happy birthday to my man, Pep Fernandez.
Trent, you are so nice, but I'm really mad at Jeff. Jeff is the absolute worst.
I'm sure he is. Happy birthday to one of the hardest working, most fun, intelligent people in that office building.
Well, Trent, I really appreciate that. Jeff really threw me a curveball. I did not see this coming. We started the show, he called the audible, and all of a sudden it's turned into a birthday fest. But I do appreciate it, Trent. I really do. Thank you very much.
Hey,
happy birthday.
Oh, go ahead, Trent. Finish off your
No,
thing.
I was just going to say happy birthday. I was about to hang up. What do you got?
Hey,
he's done with you, Jeff.
Hey,
He's got better things to do.
Are you covering a game this week for ESPN or Big West or what? What are you doing this week?
No, I'm at I'm at CSUN tomorrow with Cal State Fullerton, and then I got UC Irvine, UC Davis on Saturday.
That's huge. That's huge, isn't it?
Really big game, yeah.
Trent, UCR should have beat Davis, man. They let him off the hook.
Oh, I saw the highlights, and I know that I was with the UC Irvine people, and we were like, "Oh my gosh, you could have used the UC Riverside win right there." But it doesn't matter too much. They really needed Santa Barbara to lose. That's a team that they need because right now Santa Barbara holds the tiebreaker in the Big West. So, yeah, that must have been very painful. Shorts is amazing, dude. I think I'm going to vote for him Player of the Year.
Hey, I'll tell you what, he took 19 steps when he caught the ball.
Close to it, at least, right?
Yeah, he took 3.5 steps. Pep and I slowed it down. Pep was videotaping while he was doing play-by-play, and then he went and took his editing material, and then it was incredible. 3.5 steps, and he got away with it, and then shot a layup. He went coast to coast in like 5.2 seconds.
Oh my gosh! What a heartbreaker! You gotta stop the ball though. You guys know that. I mean, I don't care how many steps you take. You gotta stop the ball.
Yes.
And yeah, Shorts is a pretty incredible player. Second time he's done that this season. It's nuts.
Yeah, he did it against Long Beach too.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, I'll tell you what, that guy's gonna get some Player of the Year votes in the Big West. I tell you what, and I'm one of them. Not that my vote counts, but I'm gonna talk about it on ESPN3.
Hey Trent, do you think Irvine's gonna win the Big West?
I think they're going to probably be co-champs. I think it's going to be Irvine and Santa Barbara, and if that's the case, then I know Santa Barbara's probably going to get the 1 seed.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think Santa Barbara's going to. That's what my gut's kind of telling me. My gut's telling me Santa Barbara's going to win out. They're going to keep that tiebreaker over UC Irvine. It's going to be Santa Barbara's the 1 seed, Irvine is the 2 seed, and they'll be co-champs. But it'll be 5 of 6 years. Irvine will have won at least a share of the title. Yeah, they've got to take care. They have homecoming on Saturday against Davis. They're hungry. It's going to be a good game.
Well, I asked because, barring something crazy here in the final week, if UCR is the 8, I was thinking we were going to play you guys. There's going to be Highlanders versus Eaters in the first round of the tournament.
I don't want to play that one.
Well, as far as matchups go, I think UC Irvine probably would rather play Cal Poly than you guys. I think look, Riverside's had their share of struggles this year, no doubt, but I think matchup-wise, they match up a little bit better. I think Riverside matches up a little bit better with Irvine than Cal Poly does. So it'll be interesting to say the least.
Between Jeff and I, we've seen a lot of college basketball, not just this season, but just basketball period. I can't remember another team who's been in so many close games in the last couple of minutes.
Oh my gosh, it's been unreal. But you know what it is? It's learning how to win. It's having that culture. And trying to get there. That's the thing. At the end of the day, as much talent as Riverside has, we know that, and it's not like it's Justin's fault. It's not. We're past the point of putting this one on the athletic director. It doesn't matter who's coaching it. It's learning how to win, and I think that this Riverside team, despite all the talent they have, that's still part of the culture there for UC Riverside basketball that has to come, and I think it will because there's good players there, but that's really tough. I mean, they really do battle. There is talent at UC Riverside, no doubt.
Yeah, we think they're going to beat Poly on Thursday night, and then the Long Beach State on the road, that's a toss-up. That's 50-50, but I think they beat Poly on Thursday night. I think they get into the tournament, and I was hoping we'd see an Irvine-Riverside battle, but maybe we still will. Who knows?
It's possible. It's possible. Hey, here's the deal. You guys need to be watching. You really need to be watching on Wednesday night.
Yes.
Because if Cal State Fullerton beats CSUN, that you guys are in. Like,
it's done.
The champagne bottle. That's it. It's over. Yeah. So it's like you can celebrate because you're in the dance.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Smaller dance. But yeah, a much smaller dance. But a dance nonetheless. You guys are in as long as CSUN loses.
Man, you know what? The way the season started, like, yeah, we will celebrate. I'm going to get some Martinellis in the studio on Thursday and break it over Jeff's head and celebrate.
There you go. Dude, Jeff will not be drinking Martinellis.
You're darn right. I'll be drinking the Dom. The Dom, baby.
Hey, Trent, we always appreciate it, brother, and I'm sure we'll see you down the road here in Big West Play very, very soon.
Happy birthday. I'm looking forward to it. See you, boys.
Thanks, brother. Hey, oh, that's Trent Rush. Look at Jeff doing a little producing over here on the side, man, throwing curveballs right and left. I appreciate that.
I am throwing them all. You're getting all kinds of stuff. The President of the United States will be calling in about 20 minutes.
That's huge. We got to take a break. I'm sure Greg Holla is freaking out in the studio. We're going to break right now. Intern Cullen, he's here on location with us. Do you have some of the Wonderlic questions? So the NFL Combine is going down in Indianapolis, and of course they do all the on-the-field stuff. How fast can you run? How high can you jump? All those things. You run some drills, you do some one-on-one stuff, but they also take the Wonderlic test. They want to see how smart you are, how clever you are, how fast you are able to take information and break it down and discern it. So we're going to take some Wonderlic questions from the NFL Combine live on the air. I have a feeling Jeff's going to do awesome at this.
I'm a genius.
We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
And welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're live at Cal Baptist University because we have a big high school game tonight. Santiago is taking on Servite. You can watch it live on the Inland Sports Channel. CBU just wrapped up their big baseball practice moments ago. Now they're, I guess, starting to prep the field a little bit. That's what I love about baseball, Jeff. All the guys chip in. There's part of the grounds crew, right? And these guys keep the field looking very nice here at Totman Stadium. But everybody chips in, even the players do.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't play like college baseball, because I'm too lazy. But that is all the stuff where I could drive that thing out there, the
rake, right? They rake the infield.
Yeah, I could do that. I could drive that John Deere thing around. That'd be fun. But if I had to walk and drag like this guy, he must be a freshman or a rookie.
Yeah, he's got to do the hard stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't look like fun.
See, and there's a couple, like this guy over here, he's sitting down. There's another guy who he's a good delegator. I think you'd be the delegator, and you would just point and be like, okay, you go over here. You use that rake. You're going to go around second base. You're going to clean up home plate. You've got the chalk. You'd be a good delegator.
Yeah.
Luke Navigato's a good delegator. Look at him.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, well, he's a big-time star. You know what I mean? He's telling the other guy, look at that guy. He's telling him how to use a rake.
I'm still trying to find Adcock among all these baseball players.
He's probably hunkered down in the dugout.
He might be hiding behind that guy's shoe down there.
Well, he's definitely not raking the field.
No.
That's his players.
The skipper does not do that. Yeah, hey, happy birthday again once. Everybody doesn't know this. It's a whole birthday show here for Pep Fernandez.
See, here's the deal.
The Inland Empire is going to honor and love you. This is like going into the Hall of Fame.
Is it?
It is.
Because it doesn't feel like it.
I have a special guest that is walking right now that is going to be here, and it's going to be the biggest surprise that you've ever had, that you're going to go, oh, my gosh, I can't believe you
said It's Chris Webber?
Not Chris. No, Chris Webber doesn't show up. Chris Webber, he used to have his own basketball camp. He wouldn't even show up for that.
Oh.
No, this is probably
bigger?
Oh, this is way
Darryl
bigger.
Strawberry.
No. I had no drugs to give him, so so he couldn't show up.
No, he's a pastor now. He's a good dude.
No, if you say, oh, that's right, he's the one. He's a good one. Doc Gooden's the one that's
Doc Gooden's still a little
fence.
nuts. Yeah,
he's on the fence. No, this person, this special guest that's coming up to the press box, is your favorite person in the entire world.
It is?
Yep. I guarantee it. You're going to be like so shocked, and you're going to be like, I can't believe you did this.
How in the world did you get Mike Bibby to come to Cal Baptist on a Tuesday?
Oh, it was Mike Bibby was easy. Easy. But how about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Were you a big fan of Kareem?
No.
I got to call Cullen back and tell him to send Kareem back to the car.
Kareem's here. He's got to turn him back to the car.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh.
No, any of those early 2000s on the Sacramento Kings, Peja, Hito Turkoglu, Bibby, Bobby Jackson, man. Bobby Jackson, underrated coming off the bench. That's what's missing from those Laker battles was Bobby Jackson coming off the bench. They needed more action Jackson coming off the bench.
Yeah, that's not what. Oh, there's somebody
You're
else.
really working your phone over here.
I am. Here we go. I got somebody that's gonna call in right now.
You are?
Yeah. If he can call in, he's listening and he's trying to call in.
Man, Jeff,
there it is.
You're
Hold on.
really throwing me a curveball. Like I have this whole rundown. We were supposed to do a Wonderlic test.
Okay.
I guess we'll have to do that later.
Speaking of the Wonderlic tests, this guy right here, I'm sure, did very well when he was getting ready to play in the NFL. How about that, Coach? Coach, are you there? I don't believe we have him.
I think he's gone.
It can't be. Hold on. Do we have everything set up here?
Yeah, well, we're set.
Are we on the right thing?
We're doing it.
It's not coming through. Are you there? Oh. Coach, are you there?
I'm still here. I'm not hearing much, but I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, we got him.
Hey, this is Coach Ken Batdorf. Ken Batdorf, how you doing today?
He's doing that well.
Oh, he's in a bad area.
He's in a real bad spot.
Well, Ken Batdorf was actually calling. Can you hear me, Ken? Anything?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Ken, are you there?
Yes. I have to walk to the corner of the street.
Okay, here he is. Ken Batdorf, head coach of Notre High School. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing to go up and wish Pep a happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you, Coach Batdorf. I really appreciate it. Jeff is such a lovely guy over here. He's so kind and nice.
Hey, let's not get carried away. Lovely is not a word I've used to describe Corbin.
No.
Yeah,
no, really. I appreciate everything you do for high school football and high school sports in general. It's phenomenal.
Well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate that. Yes, when I said Jeff was lovely, there was some sarcasm, a little bit in there.
But Coach Batdorf, we're going to take the Wonderlic test here in a few minutes, and I'm going to challenge Pep Fernandez to the Wonderlic.
Who do you think is going to win, Coach?
Well, I'm still wondering about that myself.
Listen, before you say anything, I was Kappa Tau Alpha, which is the top 10% of the college graduates in the country coming out of Humboldt State.
You were?
Yes.
You're lying.
I'm really smart.
Hey, Ken Batdorf was magna cum laude.
He was?
Yeah, I think. Were you a Whittier guy? Where did you go to? You were a college. You were at like Laverne.
Fullerton.
You were. You were Fullerton. Yes, he's a genius.
Yeah, I hide my intelligence well.
You hit it well.
Yes. Well, Ken Batdorf, thank you for calling in and wishing our guy Pep Fernandez a happy birthday as we get ready for the Wonderlic test. Perfect segue going into our Wonderlic.
Hey, I can't wait. But my money's still on Gorham.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. All right.
I'll give you a sandwich tomorrow, Coach.
Thank you, Coach Batdorf. I appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure. You guys have a great day.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Coach. Jeff, what happened to the rundown? We had like spring training to talk about, Kawhi Leonard.
I'm still waiting.
Wonderlic, NFL Combine stuff.
Oh yeah, you're the biggest. I'm sorry, we're really going off the rails here, but you know we've been on the air how long now? 14 weeks almost.
Yeah, like going on 3 months, right?
See, and a lot of people don't realize all the things that Pep Fernandez has done for the city.
Oh my gosh,
for the area.
You've got to be kidding me.
This is like a who's who. This is your life, Pep Fernandez. Pep Fernandez, you have been my. I have a small group, a pentavern of friends.
A what?
A pentavern.
Okay.
The Pope, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, and Pep Fernandez.
Man, that's pretty elite company.
Yeah, you're part of the Rothschilds. You are one of my favorite guys in the world. You've done so much for the Inland Empire and for this radio show. And since you're turning ancient, you're getting closer to being a senior citizen. You're 40 years old today?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah.
Can't believe it. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, wait, hold on a second.
Not only do I not want to talk about it, but you're putting it like live on the air.
Hold on a second. How do we get this next thing on here?
Oh my gosh. What is going on?
How do I turn this thing on? Is it this one?
Yes, it's that one, Jeff. What is going on? Oh, my gosh. My whole family. I'm trying to do a live radio show. My whole family's here.
The entire Fernandez
family.
Oh,
my gosh. If you're.
Happy birthday.
Hi. Hey. Here, we're going to get you on the air.
Oh, my gosh.
We
got a break in like 3 minutes, but we could do this.
We have the lovely Tara Fernandez and family. The three lovely daughters are here. Tara, why don't you join us here?
Okay. Well, hello, Radio
Land. Hi, Boo.
Hi. Did you know that it's Pep's 40th birthday today? Pep turns 40. And
I was that close to just flying under the radar. Like no one was going to know.
We have cake and
balloons. Is that
gluten-free? It's not. So it has dairy and it has gluten in it. But it's totally for you. So we just wanted to tell you happy birthday.
Oh, my gosh. Why do you guys drive all the way over here? Don't you guys have
homework?
You've got like homework to do and like grocery shopping.
Yes, they have homework. We told him we were going to the grocery store, but we're not. We are here.
Surprise.
Jeff has known about it for a week and a half. Cullen had to come and get us because CBU told me I couldn't park there. So it's all exciting.
You're breaking laws over here?
I am. I'm breaking laws just to wish you happy birthday.
Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you very much.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
girls. Thank you, Lucy. What do you guys do?
I know. It's so fun.
You guys. All I want to do is like talk about the game tonight.
No.
No. And I hear there's special guests calling.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Jeff's made it a whole thing.
I know.
Yeah, we're throwing this entire show out the window here.
Yes. And I just can't wait to see what things get posted on social media later.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there more to come?
Hey, let's get your daughters on the radio.
Oh, well, why not? Everyone's here, right? The whole gang.
What's your name?
My name's Ellie.
Ellie. What's your name?
My name's Alana.
And we got
I love
Lucy doesn't want to talk?
Okay, I'll say it for Lucy. Oh, who are you? I'm Lucy.
Very deep voice. She has a very deep voice.
Are you excited for your dad's birthday?
Yeah.
He's old now, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was very sad because she said that we were one of the only parents in her class that were in their 30s. And that Daddy
That's
is
true.
now moved over.
That's a true story. Yes.
So she's very sad that Daddy is 40.
Now I'm old and we're no longer the young parents at school,
No.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, now your wife is, but you're not.
I know. Well, at least she is. Yeah.
At least somebody's young.
Do you want to say anything to your dad?
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Alana. I appreciate it. Does anybody have homework?
I do.
You do. I always help with the math.
I know that. Look at you embarrassed. Pep is like,
I am.
He's
I'm
all
super
blushing.
embarrassed.
You should be embarrassed wearing that hat, too.
No, it's
that
my
beanie.
Keep my head warm.
No.
Oh, I have a beanie for you in the car. I left it.
You have a beanie
I
for
got you an Inland Sports beanie.
You did?
Oh.
I'm so excited. I grabbed everything with the beanie.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'll have to walk back and get it.
All right, hold on. We got to take a break because
you go.
we're up against it. Greg's probably freaking out in the studio.
Yes, he is.
When we come back, I don't know what we're going to do. Let's see. We were supposed to talk about
We can go the Wonderlic
UCR
after this.
baseball in the NFL Combine.
We can go Wonderlic after this.
All right, we can still do that too. We'll be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cahelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing. We have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
And welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, live and amplified from Cal Baptist University Totman Stadium for a big high school baseball game tonight. Santiago and Servite. We're proudly brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled, quick quality oil change, Ken Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass and Catalano Motors in Corona. Such dear, good friends supporting the team. Jeff, I think this whole show is just to amuse Jeff. I think he just wants to laugh and poke fun at me. No, I don't. It's your birthday. This is this celebration. This is like a celebration of life. Does that mean you're dead, though? Yeah, it's like an obituary. Yeah, it's a celebration of life for our boy, Pep Fernandez, who turns 40 today. Man, you're like 40. You're not even in your 30s anymore. You got that silly hat on. Your beautiful wife and your daughters are adorable. Jeff. Lucy talks like a guy, though. Lucy. My daughter from China. Yeah, she talks. She didn't want to go on the air. She doesn't like to talk very much. Apparently not. She said, how you doing? Hello, what's up? I'm Lucy. But your two daughters. How did you manage to get such a pretty wife? Because I'm big time, man. And, you know, I was like you. I was big time star, high school sports star, and TV sports guy. Yeah, hold on a second. We have another special guest. We do? I can't handle much more, Jeff. Special guest. How you doing today? We have anything here? Hold on. I don't know what's going on here.
Happy 4-0.
Hey, Coach Chaddick, what is up? Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. We're me and my wife. We're out getting ready. We're gonna cook up some tacos for Taco Tuesday. So you're welcome to some. We're actually headed to Gerard's to get the meats and the desserts and all that stuff, and gonna grill up some tacos for Taco Tuesday. But well, I might just crash. I might just crash the party and come to your house. For sure, that sounds good, man. You're more than welcome. But yeah, you know, like Salty G, you know, he's not as salty as you think. He did some good planning, and you know, one of the things I just want to say is that you know, number one, I'm glad God made you because you know, you had the foresight to do a lot of this stuff for the inland sports scene. I remember meeting you in I think 2013 when you were at the press, and then you had the foresight to see that the papers were like, you know, gonna fire all these people. They were dying, yeah. Yeah, you struck out on your own and you did your thing, and you just been grinding and getting after it, and you know, you initially used to always pick against us, so it was kind of nice having that bulletin board material. But you're welcome. Then you saw the light, and same with Salty G. Salty, yeah, and that's the thing that's great about you, Pep, is that you're very objective with all your sports. You're not a homie Norte Vista guy like old Salty G there. Like this guy. Like, if Norte Vista played Centennial, Norte Vista would win. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's Jeff. But you come correct with the sports scene in the Inland Empire, and it's a blessing to have someone like that, because with like the great reporters like, you know, Miss Gardner and a few others that are just getting released, there's not a lot of great inland sports coverage, and you do a great job covering everything from the college level to the hockey. I mean, you do everything, and that's rare, and I'm glad God made a person like you to get the hustle on, and I'm glad that someone's 2 years older than me, and you know, me and my wife we're actually getting ready to go walk at Prospect Park over here in Redlands. Oh yeah, you know, trying to get the baby out. She's like, I just need to get the baby out. It's 3 weeks away, but yeah, you know, I had to call and wish you a happy 40th, man, because you know, I have a lot of good memories with you. I remember even during the CIF championship game, you know, us coaches were superstitious going up into the. I always go up. I mean, you know, you always go up to the top. Go up to the top, and I just, you know, I used to always be alone up there, and then all of a sudden I would see Pep setting up the cameras. And, you know, those good old prayers with Pep, man. You know, even at the at Valley, at whatever. And you know, I hope that continues over at Carter. You know, it's just it's going to be it's good to have you around and covering all the schools and doing such a great job. And hey, happy 4-0 and Salty G, man. I'm glad that you're doing a great job with the show too, man. You guys are doing a great job, bang up job. I listen to the show every day on my commute home. What a treat. Keep doing it and get after it, fellas. Well, Coach, I really appreciate that. Save me some tacos. All right, we will do that. Hey, we will do that.
One real quick thing. I'll be going against Carter every game this next year. And but that's just because I love you, and I give my best to your wife, and I'm really, really excited. You and I have talked, and I couldn't be happier for you and your wife to be parents. You're going to be a great father, and your unborn baby is going to treasure his father forever. You do a great job, buddy.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate those words, and you'll be around. I'm sure you will.
The
baby shower is on the 11th if you feel like coming.
I'll be if there's food, I'm there. And I noticed that you love food.
There's going to be lots of food. There's going to be Mexican food and Korean food. You got to realize we got a diverse family. Mama's Korean, mama-in-law's Mexican, so it's going to be a big old party.
Like Jeff said, if there's food, he's there.
I'm definitely
Count
there.
him in.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. We appreciate it, man.
Have a good one.
Man, Jeff strikes again.
I'm producing over here.
Look at you, man. Your phone's just blowing up. You're turning these knobs and bringing on special guests. And at least the weather's nice, man. When it got here, it was raining. I got, like, grocery bags on all over the cameras, and it's been a mess.
Yeah, but look at you got a nice Star Wars balloon.
Yeah, I got who's on the balloon? I didn't even see. Is
Kylo
it Rey?
Ren.
Kylo Ren. He's my guy. I think on the other side, I think it's like a Sith side and a Jedi side.
I hope not, because there's nothing Jedi about you, buddy.
No?
No.
And then I got an Inland Sports beanie, but I haven't seen it yet. I'll see it at some point. And then we got a cake.
Yes, we do. Hold on a second. We have another phone call.
When are we doing the Wonderlick?
Hold on.
Jeez, Jeff.
Caller, are you there?
It's your birthday today. I think I'll try to explain that 40 years ago today is the first time your parents saw your beautiful face. Hi, Pep. This is Tim Hatch.
Coach Hatch, how are you?
Outstanding. Not as good as you, though, but hey, remember all those old jokes you were giving me?
Yeah, yep, I do, yep.
No, hey, thank you for all you do. Honest to God, I really appreciate it. You have put the sports in Inland Sports.
Well, I appreciate that. We love what we do here. We love the Inland Empire. We love getting out to these games and doing interviews and having all these big-time guests. But here's what bothers me. It's never been about me. I hate making it about me. I'm really mad at Jeff right now.
I'm like Wink Martindale.
No. Today it is about you, and that's all there is to it. It's your day. Simple as that. Now, let's talk sports really quick.
Okay, let's do it.
You might be watching the Detroit Tigers' #1 pick in the upcoming draft tonight.
Bryce Terang.
You know that? Yes. Yeah, I didn't know how to pronounce it. Thank you. But he is in the short list.
He is, though. He's a first-rounder.
Yeah, he might be the #1 pick because they have the #1 pick in the whole draft this year. And they're talking about him very excitedly. So
I didn't know that.
Let me know what you think.
So the Tigers have the #1 overall pick?
Yes. First time might be ever.
Yeah, you know what? It could, like, honestly, it could be Bryce Terang of Santiago High School. It could be.
So I would like to see him play one of these days. If I can ever get an invite to go along with them in sports and watch a baseball game.
No.
All right. Well, anyway, I'll let you go. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Coach.
I'm on my way to fireballs practice, so I'll catch up with you guys later.
You're the man. Thank you, Coach.
All right. See you later. Bye.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Hey, what else do we want to talk about?
I don't know. We don't have time to do the Wonderlick now. We got to take a break in a second.
We do?
We got to keep Greg's keeping us on a schedule. So, but I do want to say about the NFL Combine. The Combine is underway in Indianapolis. We'll do the Wonderlick hopefully later in the show if we've got time. We keep pushing it off.
I have some big-time guests coming up.
More?
Big ones. Big ones, like a big boom. It's a heavyweight fight.
Like a big boom?
Like a big boom. It's big one.
Like a bumpity bump?
Bumpity bump bump.
But the NFL Combine's coming up, and USC quarterback Sam Darnold announced, or it's being reported at least, that he will not throw at the Combine. He'll run around, he'll wear the tights, he'll jump up and down, he'll lift some weights, do those things. But he will not throw as a quarterback. He's kind of the only guy that's come out and said he won't. So like Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, those guys, they're all going to do the whole workout. But Sam Darnold, the USC quarterback, will not throw at the Combine according to this report, and he will not throw until the USC Pro Day on March 23rd. Do you have another guess?
Yes, we do.
I was just getting into USC football.
Hey, caller, who do we have?
Hey, Pep, it's Daryl. Happy birthday.
Daryl, oh my gosh. Jeff, what are you doing? Thank you, Daryl. This show's not about me, Jeff. Daryl's our guy, but come on. Daryl, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Oh, no, not a problem. I'm happy to be part of the show.
Yeah, now, Daryl, you're going to be covering some games for us this weekend?
Yep, I've got the Pac West tournament at CBU's tournament because they've got the men and the women.
Well, Daryl, I can tell you I've already submitted, and I have been told by our good friend Sammy, who's the SID here at CBU, that we should be good to go.
All right. Looking forward to 3 days of pretty good, really good high-level Division II basketball.
Yeah, and if CBU can, get the men and women advance, that would be even better.
Yep, it definitely would. And if certain things happen in the GNAC, they could be at home. Huh.
Yeah, you know what? We want Western Oregon to get out of there.
We want them to lose. We want them to fall off the cliff of Western Oregon and into the ocean so that CBU can host the regionals.
Wonder if that tournament parallels the Pac West. I think it does.
It should. We'll have to look into that. Can you look that up, Intern Cullen? If you're not making Yoda faces of me, if you could look that up.
Yeah. Well, Daryl Trujillo, one of the writers for the Inland Sports WordPress. He wanted to wish you a happy birthday, and thank you, Daryl, for calling in and giving us your thoughts on old Pep.
You're welcome, guys. Have a good show, and stay dry tonight at the Santiago game.
We will. Thank you, Daryl. I really do appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Man, Jeff, we got to take a break.
We do?
We got to take a break. We got to take a big
All
break. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are scheduled to have Notre Dame basketball coach Rob Robinson join us.
Right after this.
At 4:30. We're supposed to. And whatever Jeff has planned. Again, we're supposed to talk Combine, Indianapolis. We're supposed to do the Wonderlic test. We still might circle around and get to it, but I really just don't know what's going on today.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is going to be showing up next.
We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
So how you guys doing? My name is Coach Ray Bass. We're here at the Boost Performance Center today, and here with the one and only Pep Fernandez, and we're going to go over a real basic vertical jump, all right? Technique and its progression. This is a great drill for really any sports, really emphasizes pure power production through the hips, and power is really important for basically any type of athlete, whether you're a football player, track, soccer, basketball. We all want to be powerful, strong athletes. So we're going to go over that today. All right, so first things first, I'm going to have Jacob go ahead and stand with his feet underneath his hips. So you want to have your toes pointed forward. You want your feet to be about hip width, all right? He's going to have his shoulders flexed, all right, in front of his body. So arms up in front. Okay, now, the most important part here is what's called a counter movement. And what that is I'm going to throw my shoulders back into extension, all right? I'm going to flex my hips, all right? So the shoulders are going to be flexed, and the hips are going to, the shoulders are going to be extended, and the hips are going to be flexed, all right? And then we follow that up with shoulder flexion and hip extension. It's got to be really fast, all right? So right now, I'm just going to show you the first phase of that. So Jacob, I want you to drop your hips into flexion. I want you to throw your arms back into extension when I say go. Ready? Go. Right there. So come up. That's the most important movement there. So after that, it's the landing, all right? So we want to get as high as we can, As I go up, I want to extend through my hips, through my knees, I want my toes pointed up. And when we land, I'm going to land back into that hip flexion, arms extended, and I want to stick the landing, all right? So we're going to go over it now. So now we're going to actually jump here, Jacob. I want to see that counter movement. Go ahead and walk a little bit closer to the hurdle here. We're going to extend on the way up. As we elevate, extend through the hips and the knees. Stick the landing, throw the arms into extension. Here we go, ready? On you.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
And welcome back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. The sun is out. I see blue skies. We're ready for baseball here at Totman Stadium at Cal Baptist University. Greg Holla back in the studio holding it down. Got a great show, except for Jeff has thrown a major curveball today. We've got balloons. We've got a cake. We got all these guests. I had this whole big show produced. We're going to talk spring training and NFL Combine and UCR baseball home opener and all these things.
Hey, we're on a remote. Are you surprised we're able to get all these guests and everything?
Oh, it's amazing.
I had your wife show up.
And all the kids.
The wife and kids. That was so funny.
Yeah, they all walked in. I'm like, oh, my gosh, Jeff, what are you doing?
You got some cute balloons for the game tonight?
Who's going to help me carry these to the car? Who's going to help me? Who's going to the cake?
Not me. You're going to eat it all. You're going to do the whole thing.
I am.
Yep.
Can we talk about something, or are we gonna?
Yeah, well, you can start until somebody calls.
Coming up in about 7 minutes, it's Notre Dame head basketball coach Rob Robinson as he has the Titans back in a CIF Southern Section Championship game for the first time since 1980, which is unbelievable. I mean, Notre Dame's had a lot of success, well, in a variety of different sports, really, but they've never been to a championship game since 1980, which is kind of hard to believe, Jeff.
Yeah, Rob might have. I don't even know if he was born yet. No, he's about my age. He's an old guy.
You know, it's probably pretty close, though, right?
Yeah. I bet he was like, I'm going to guess and say Rob is 44.
He's 44, you think, right?
I'm going to guess. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. But he's not 40 like you, though.
Jeez. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Servite's here, and I believe Santiago may have just entered the building as well. We're going to have Ty De Trinidad join us a little bit later, as well as Gary Adcock, the skipper here at Cal Baptist University.
Hold on.
We got another guest, Jeff?
We do have a guest. Caller, you're on the air on the Inland Sports Show.
Hello. Is this the Inland Sports Show?
Yes, it is.
Hi. I was calling to talk sports, but
is this Jackson Wood?
This is yes, this is Jackson Wood.
Coach Norman, how are you?
I would like to say I resigned before my CIF championship game, so I think Justin Norman would be a great choice to take a Pep, happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I didn't know you were 40, though, man. Jeff was telling me you were like 30 or something.
I was. Yesterday I was.
Yeah.
He has now moved into the 40s. Hey, Norman, you're not there yet. You've still got a couple years, right? Norman? Are you there?
Lose you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Hey, aren't you? You're not 40 yet, are you?
I'm not 40. I'm way, way younger than that.
Way younger.
Dude, you're older. You're older than my wife. Hey!
Who, me or Pep?
No, you are. My wife is younger than you. God, that makes me feel so cool. Well, Justin.
So what's that?
Hey, thanks for calling today to wish our boy Peppers happy birthday. I know he had no clue we were doing this today for him.
Hey, the one and only, man. How could I miss a day like this to call in? I'm also a special guest on the show. I know I'm kind of have my own spot. I'm wondering when you guys are going to make it a daily thing or at least a weekly thing. But I know basketball's over now, so you guys can move on with, if you ever want me to call and talk about my golf team, I'd be more than happy to.
That's right.
We could do that, yeah.
Justin Norman, the head golf coach. Hey, but I was telling Pep a story that you were a great golfer in high school, and you played against who's the girl that beat you?
Erica Blasberg, late Erica Blasberg.
Yeah, the late great Erica Blasberg. Didn't she play? Was it in CIF that you played her?
I played against her. She was at Corona, so she played on the boys team. I still actually I don't know if the Corona has a girls team yet. Anyways, but yeah, she was a really good golfer, and I didn't play against her in CIF. I played against her in the league finals, and I lost to her.
Yeah, she was pretty good.
She was really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she was as cute as a button. That's all I remember. And I remember when you said you got beat by her, I was like, you got beat by a girl. Then I said, oh, it was Erica Blasberg. She's fantastic.
Yeah, she got me with the googly eyes. She looked at me one time and said, "Hey,
you were done."
She said, "Is this your ball, Justin?" And I said, "Oh, yes." And I crumbled.
No, you go first. Go ahead.
I hit it out of bounds, and that was it. She beat me by a stroke.
That's okay. I mean, at least you got used to losing, so maybe you were prepared for this year.
Hey,
Jeff.
Always talking about the past, Jeff. Always talking about the past.
Hey, I'm 0-10 against you. I accept my losing, but man, hey, have you got those T-shirts made yet?
I do. You saw? I sent you a picture of it. Let me know.
Really?
What size are you again?
Yes, I went XXX. I'm ready.
Wow, I got to go to the big and tall store.
He's going on a diet though. Tomorrow? No, Thursday.
No, Thursday. I start my diet. I'm gonna go salad and water and coffee. That's it.
Hey, me and you both. Let's do it together.
No, we can't. Pep's going to do it with me. He's 40 now. He's got
Oh, you got to start.
First,
Hey,
gotta watch what I eat.
He's got to go to the doctor on Monday. He's got to get the checkup.
I was watching Step Brothers the other day, and I think you should start taking baby aspirin. It's good for you.
It is good for you. Yes.
Well, Justin, thank you for calling. We're going to move on from you, Justin Norman. We love you, but we're going to probably have to go to a commercial here in a minute. But thank you for calling. We always love you. A big friend of the Inland Sports Show.
Thank you, Coach.
One last thing, Pep. Thank you so much for taking Jeff off our hands. I know it's
You're welcome.
Two easy W's every year, but I do enjoy listening to you guys on the radio, and you guys are doing a great job. So keep up working, and let me know when you want me to call back in. I'll always give Jeff a hard time, so that's good.
You got it. Thank you, Coach Norman. We always love hearing from you.
You got it.
Thanks.
Bye.
Oh, man. The cavalcade, right? You said it's just like a parade, like one after the other.
It is. It's
like a hitting streak.
I'm throwing haymakers at you.
Oh, it's like I'm like phased. I'm like stumbling around and just like, wham, wham.
Yeah, because you had this whole show you wrote up, and I just
like it's a well-produced show, like down to the minute.
It is.
Coach Robinson should be calling any minute. We'll actually talk some like real sports with him, like real basketball.
Do we want him to call right now, or do we have time?
No, we have time. We're not going to break. I know Greg can hear us right now. We'll break at 4:40, so we'll talk to Coach Robinson for about 10 minutes or so. Okay. So we're okay.
Well, actually, I'm going to have another guest call before Coach Robinson.
You are?
Yeah, because Coach Robinson is, let's see here. He is in practice until 4:30, so he's got about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Here we go. Yeah, I got one more guest that's going to give us a call before Coach Robinson.
Can't even catch my breath.
No, because everybody
Usually I'm the one that like controlling all the knobs and I'm putting people on the show and stuff. You're doing it. I'm just sitting here in my beanie, just minding my own business.
Yes, here we go. Hopefully he can call here. He already tried to call. Oh. Well, Justin Norman was calling, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Another friend of the show.
The hotline is just blowing up today.
I got a Hall of Famer.
Hey, and thank you for that photo edit on Twitter with my face on Yoda's body. I appreciate that.
You like the superimposed?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Here we go.
I really do appreciate it. I'm a big Star Wars nerd.
We have another guest calling the Inland Sports Show here on Fox Sports 1350 on the birthday of Pep Fernandez. Who do we have on the phone with us?
This is John Corona from King High School.
Oh, Coach Corona, how are you?
I'm fine. Happy birthday, Pep. Congratulations on the day.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm spending it at a baseball game doing the show with Jeff, so it could not be any better.
No, it could be better if you could find someone else to do it with, but it could be better.
You're right. Now I say that out loud. I'm like, no, wait, you know what? It could be a lot better than this.
That was the nicest thing ever. That was the nicest thing anyone had ever said, and then he just backhanded
Then I took
me.
it back. I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
So who the Lancers got today? Who are they playing?
Actually, we got some high school baseball. It's Servite against Santiago. It's the season opener for the Sharks.
That's right. I forgot that you had a high school game going on.
Yeah, here's the deal, Coach Corona. We're trying to live stream more baseball games, but they got to be inside a stadium. So CBU, UC Riverside, San Manuel Stadium, something like that. So I've already reached out to Coach Madrill at King and said, hey, if you got a baseball game, we could do it inside a stadium. I know they're going to be at the 66er Stadium later in the season.
Yeah, that's what I understand. I'm not paying too much attention to the baseball schedule. I got my own schedule to worry about.
That's right, you do.
So anyway, yeah, we open tomorrow with the Broncos at Vista Marietta. So we're taking my hard hat and ducking cover. But
yeah, they march out a small army. They have hundreds of kids.
Yeah, on average, I know Coley has about 400 kids. We'll have 200 and some of our own, but it's going to be a small invitational. Anyway, I just wanted to send my congratulations on your birthday, Pep. You and Jeff are doing a great job, and we're real proud of what you're doing and putting a spotlight on inland sports, and especially at the high school level. It's great to see and hear, and I've become a real listener over the past few months. So I want to say thanks.
Well, thank you, Coach. I do appreciate that. We'll have to get you back on soon and talk a little track with you.
And I want to say this.
Yeah.
We need to get this guy back. You know, John Corona was one of the greatest basketball coaches in the area. When I was a little kid, in fact, I played against him when he was coaching. One of the best coaches. He was the coach at Arlington High School. Then he decided he wanted to coach track, and he became the world's greatest track coach as well. He's on the Wall of Distinction.
Yes,
a new member. And Coach, you've always
Jeff, you can stop now. You know what? Gorham, Gorham's right. I coached against him when he was at Ramona, and he never saw a shot he didn't like.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know, I appreciate all that, Jeff. I don't know about a great basketball coach. I think that's why I ended up coaching track. But anyway, so I appreciate the kind words. Again, I got to get off. You guys got things to do. Happy birthday again, Pep. Thanks for all you're doing for Inland Sports, Inland Empire Sports. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach. I do appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay.
Man, Jeff.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
You are something.
I'm something.
You're really something.
We're gonna
It's funny, like anyone and everyone who wants to say like "Happy Birthday."
Hey man,
is that what's going on
here? I
here?
put it out there, and boom, everybody wants to talk about Pep Fernandez and his 40th birthday.
Did you add something to Twitter already?
No, that'll be in the next hour. I have another thing.
You do?
Oh, it's the best one yet.
Because the Yoda one was pretty good.
Oh, this next one's even better.
It's better?
It's better.
Oh my goodness.
Our guy Cullen went to work last night. I called him when I had to go get diapers at the grocery store last night. I called Cullen. I said, Cullen, use your special effects magic that you've learned at Cal Baptist. And he said, okay, I'll do it. And within like 10 minutes, he had something. I'm like, holy smokes. He's an editing genius.
Oh, my gosh. Look at that thing.
That's the best. Yeah, those of you that are listening, and you go to the Pep Fernandez or just type in Inland Sports.
Inland Sports or Sports with Pep.
Or mine, or whatever it is, and look it up, and we had a great graphic.
It's
made.
Yoda, but it's Pep's birthday. It is,
and he's Yoda with superimposed Pep's face on there.
Yeah, it's my face. I think that is Clone Wars Yoda, right?
I think you're right. Yes, it is.
I think that's Clone Wars Yoda in that photo edit.
Oh, the next one's just gonna ruin our friendship, though.
It was. Oh, even Cullen's laughing.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be juicy. Should we take a break or should we do Coach Robinson?
I think we should take a break because we do have some big talks with Coach Robinson about Notre Dame and the CIF championship.
All right, so let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll have Coach Robinson from Notre Dame to size up that CIF Southern Section championship game coming up on Friday night at APU against Bishop Amat. And we're also going to have the skipper of the Sharks, Ty De Trinidad, joining us on the show in just a little bit. And then whatever else Jeff can come up with over here.
Got it.
Really working the phone line. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
And welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We are live and amplified from Cal Baptist University, getting you set for the Sharks and the Friars. Talking about Santiago and Servite. First pitch coming up at 6 o'clock. You can watch it live on the channel. Do we have a very special guest right now, Jeff?
Nice.
To talk about some real sports?
We're going to have the head basketball coach of your Notre Dame Titans.
Rob Robinson, getting the Titans back in the game. First question right out of the gate, was he alive when Notre Dame made it to the finals last time?
Yeah, from the looks of him, I would have to say he's probably
It's not a good picture there, but I don't know. He looks pretty young. It's hard. It's kind of deceiving because he has a shaved head just like you, so it's kind of hard to gauge.
I look like I'm still in my 20s.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Oh, man, not yet. Hold on. Oh, there he is. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm producing here. Hold on.
Oh, you're producing all over the place, right and left.
I am.
Yo.
Hey, let's go to the spoiled quick quality oil change celebrity hotline. It's the head basketball coach of the Titans, the great Rob Robinson. Coach, how old were you the last time Notre Dame went to the section finals?
Oh, man. I was 7.
I called it.
7 years old in 1980.
Did you say that, Jeff?
I did.
7?
That put you at 44 years old, right?
Yeah, I'm 45.
Yeah, 45. Yeah, I knew it. I was so
Man,
good.
you're good, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm good. I know it.
Yeah, that's that public school math. I see you, Jeff.
Well, Coach, it's been a long time. Actually, when I saw that on Twitter, I was a little surprised that it had been that long. There's been some good Notre Dame teams, and, well, shoot, you had a great team last year. Looking back at last year and going into this year, did you feel like, I know it's a sports cliche, but unfinished business out there for this team?
Oh, man, it was I don't think I've said next year as many times in the last 365 days that in my entire life. It was the mantra. I kept saying every day I woke up, and I was like, all right, next year. And, hey, next year is here. It is here for real. And Friday, man, we finally got a chance to get over that hump.
We got Bishop Amat Friday, 6 o'clock, Azusa Pacific University for that 3A championship. I'm sure you've been hunkered down, breaking down film, right, on Bishop Amat. How do you kind of see this matchup on Friday?
They are extremely well coached team. They got everybody they put on the floor will attack you. They'll shoot the three. They play with a purpose and intensity. You don't win that many games against that many quality opponents if you can't play ball, and those kids can play. I'm not, you never know quite how the game will go. You can guess, but I mean, I've guessed every game so far in CIF how it would go, and I've been wrong on all of them. So you never know. But they'll play some up tempo and they'll get up in you with some man defense. So it could be a game where both teams get up and down the court in the open court and make some plays.
Yeah, Coach, now how important is this? I mean, I know last year you guys made it to the semifinals of the state championship, but the CIF championship eluded you guys. I know that there's a lot, like you said, unfinished business, but how important is it for you guys to win the CIF championship before you guys look forward to the state playoffs? Because you're automatically into the state playoffs, but how important is it to you and your guys?
It's extremely important. They've been working for the last 12 months to win a CIF championship. They've had laser focus about it too. I'm so proud of the kids. They got up and grinded this whole time with that focus in mind, and they were able to maintain it, throughout the season, keeping that in mind. And they want this bad. And I mean, I'm not going to lie, after, your window in coaching, you want to say next year, but you just never know. And this isn't a heck of an opportunity. I'm here. I'd like to go ahead and win it since I'm here. I would love to. So I'm not going to say, well, hey, it's no big deal if we don't win. No, it's a big deal to win a championship. I played in high school, and I came close and didn't win one. I've coached forever, and I haven't won one. So now that I'm here, I'm blessed to be here, but you just never know when the opportunity comes along. So, I mean, we're putting everything we got into this game. We're going to leave no rocks unturned for sure.
Well, you're definitely blessed. I mean, you still have a very young team. How many guys do you have coming back for next year?
Well, out of my top 8, 5 will come back, including the 4 leading scorers. So we're gonna be pretty solid for this season and next. It's very exciting, and it's exciting because the kids work so hard, and I mean they are ballers. Dondre Bosley, Anton Mozga, Anthony Holland, and Pierce Sterling. Those dudes ball, and they do it year round. So it's very exciting to watch them develop, and then it's even more exciting to see them succeed, and all that hard work they put in, and they're successful on the back end of that.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time. Best of luck on Friday night against Bishop Amat, and hopefully you'll bring home that first title for Notre Dame since 1980. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, we sure hope so, and maybe for a state championship game, man, we can get you guys out to broadcast one of those games, and we can make another great run.
Hey, consider it done, man. We'd love to follow you guys along all the way to the championship.
Okay, hey, thanks, Scott. Thanks for calling, fellas.
Thank you, Coach Robinson. We always appreciate it.
Thanks, Rob.
Right,
good luck, buddy.
Later, guy.
All right, that's Rob Robinson, the head basketball coach at Notre Dame High School. Again, 1980 was the last time they even made it to the finals. Did they win that year?
Yes.
They won the championship?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, because
I think so. I was there, too. Because
what I saw on Twitter was when the school tweeted it out, said the last time they reached the CIF championship game.
They might have lost that, but I went to every CIF championship game probably for about 15 years. They used to have it down at the Long Beach Arena, there was always a Riverside team in the championship. It used to be Verbum Day was always in the championship. All these schools outside of the area, but there would always be one or two. Banning was a great basketball power, coached by Coach Stan Smith, who was a legend in his own mind. There were so many teams. John W. North, Riverside Poly. I saw some great teams. Beaumont at one time was really good and went to the CIF finals. But, yeah, I hope that Coach Robinson and Notre Dame can do it this year. It'd be great.
Hey, we got a live update from the Plex on the campus of UC Riverside. The Highlanders, Jeff, they're trailing UNLV. What's going on?
Yeah, it looks like they're down 4-0. Looks like just after the 7th inning. And hopefully they can turn it around. It's tough. It's the opening game at the Plex there, and our boy Ghazal Hassan is on the call.
Yeah, Connor Cannon got off to a great start, 3 home runs. I think he had like 9 RBI to start the season. Really the big bat in that lineup for UC Riverside. But right now they're trailing the Runnin' Rebels 4-0 right now at the Plex, bottom of the 7th. Looks like UCR's got a man on.
If somebody
Yeager Taylor singled to center field, so he's on board. UCR trying to get on the board for the first time today. Again, it's their home opener after having a bunch of games on the road to start the season, most recently over the weekend at the University of Washington, where it was freezing up there, and they had to postpone some of their games, but they got some in against the Huskies, and but now they're back home against UNLV and opening a big 10-game homestand. They're going to be home for a while. They got a lot of good teams coming into town. I think Utah is coming, the University of San Francisco, Valparaiso, so some pretty good baseball coming to the Plex over the course of the next week and a half as the Highlanders are at home against the Plex and tonight against UNLV. Okay, we're going to have Gary Adcock, the skipper for Cal Baptist, in a little bit. We're also going to have Ty De Trinidad, the Santiago coach. He's still down there. He's not on his way up. You want to do something right now, Jeff?
No, I'm just waiting here. We have very special guests calling in.
Oh, man.
For the birthday show. For you, Pep Fernandez.
The big birthday bash, right?
Yeah, you were going over that UC Riverside schedule. They have UNLV on Friday. They have University of San Francisco for a 3-game set. And then they got Valpo coming in next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then they got the Utes of Utah for 3 games next weekend. So very, very big homestand for the Riverside Highlanders.
Yeah, and for CBU, too, they've got some big games coming up here at Totman Stadium as everyone's just jumping into conference play quickly. In fact, the CBU softball team, they had some big wins against Azusa Pacific this past weekend. We had them on the show. Caitlin Lloyd, their big slugger, and head coach Bill Baber as well. So I know it feels cold out here. We're still technically in February, but it's already like going into conference play for some of these spring sports, which is kind of wild. So if you're watching this live on the channel right now, Santiago out there with Servite warming up, getting ready. In fact, there's it's not a real game because it's the spring, because soccer's a fall sport at the college level. But there's a friendly out there going on here at Cal Baptist. Intercullen and I were speculating who that might be. They're playing somebody. In fact, I think over the weekend they played Loyola Marymount. So they're bringing in some D1 schools already.
What is that friendly? What's a friendly? That's the silliest thing I've ever heard.
It's just a good fun match, a warm-up, a tune-up, something to work, an exhibition.
Do they have referees and everything?
They probably do, yeah.
I could referee some soccer. I know.
Yeah, in fact, I see one right now. I see the side ref on the far. See the guy in the blue shirt?
Yeah.
That's him.
That's the dumbest. Well, can we rename it and not call it a friendly?
A friendly.
Yeah. Is that a European thing?
Yeah, it might be. It's kind of
You're a soccer guy.
Yeah.
Can we change it?
A friendly, yeah.
Can we just call it like an angry or hold on.
Hold
hold on. We have another guest here.
We're playing an angry.
Hold on. We have another guest here on the Inland Sports Hotline.
We do?
Caller, how are you today?
I am here at the Pep Fernandez International Airport in Ontario, California, man.
My gosh.
Hey, we were just there. We just did a 3-hour show. We were there for 8 hours on, was it Friday?
It was Friday.
Last Friday, we did an 8-hour.
Was that when you guys had to go up to Davis to get hosed?
Yes,
That was that trip.
Yes.
That was horrible. The guy took like 15 steps.
Oh, my gosh.
That's exactly. And you know what? It robbed us. I was ready to go out and punch the guy.
It wasn't even close. I mean, usually it's at least close. You can make an argument. There was not even an argument. The guy was running down the course.
And we had video of it. In fact, I don't know if you heard this, Vinny, but the other day Jeff and I were saying that in the hotel that we were at, we were getting ready to leave, and we were talking smack about the referees and how bad they were. They were kind of bad the whole game, but that last call was really bad. And then we look over, and who's staying in our hotel sitting right there? It was one of the referees.
Yeah.
Well, you should have run those guys out of there, man.
Yeah.
They need to go back to the rec league. That's not good enough.
Yeah, it was the worst officiating I've seen since I did high school basketball.
Well, Coach Fazio, you're up in the high desert right now. Did you get home today? Because you had all that snow.
You know what? I got home. It was nice, though. I had a little snow up there. Looked like I was driving through Tahoe on my way to work this morning. So it was nice. Now I'm getting ready to go. Actually going up to Reno for the activities director convention, man. This is going to be awesome.
Oh, my goodness. So you are at the airport.
I'm at the airport, Pep. I wouldn't make that stuff up, man.
Man, so if you find gate 401, like it's at the very, very end of the airport, that's where Jeff and I were with some fast food and our cell phones and laptops doing a show.
And a bird.
That is way out there, man. That is way out there. But, you know, the airport's getting a little better. They're getting some new stuff in here now that we got local control back. It's actually getting a little better over here.
It is. You know what? We talked about the fact that between security and baggage and all the things you have to go through when you're at the airport, Ontario is probably the smoothest of all the places we've been.
Oh, it's not even close. You know, LAX is the seventh circle of hell, Pep.
Oh.
I've said that many times. So, you know, if it comes down to Ontario or not fly, you know, if it's LAX or not flying, I don't fly. So, you know, I'm an Ontario guy through and through from here on out.
Hey, Fazio, I got one for you. We were coming back through Sacramento, and they tested my hands for explosives.
Well, you got that look, man.
You got that
look.
They put these swabs on my hand. I said, "What are you guys doing?" Because
you look like you could be one of those guys in Montana that holds up in those compounds, man.
Yeah.
That's what you look like.
Jeff.
Yeah, I am Mr. Anti-disestablishment guy.
You got that look to you, man. Hey, Pep, happy birthday, man.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
So what are we, 29, 30?
Yep. You're right on, man. You're good.
Yeah,
You're really good at this.
Pep's in his 40s now. He's a 40-year-old man.
I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it.
Believe it.
Yeah, well, at least I feel like I don't look like it. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, he's been pretty embarrassed. His wife and children came and showed up to the remote here. They gave him some cute little balloons that are behind us. They gave him a nice cake. But, yeah, it's been all Pep Day. It's a Pep Day today.
Oh, yeah, well, it should be, as it should be, you know. Maybe not like my wife. My wife, when it's her birthday, we celebrate for about a month. So we don't have to do a birthday month for Pep, but at least a day. He deserves a day, right?
Not even a day. Like, I'll just take an hour. I don't even need a whole day. I'll just take an hour.
It's a pep rally.
Oh, Jeff, look what you did. Look what you did, Jeff.
I love it, man. I love it.
Well, Vinny,
I'm getting ready to get on this plane, man.
Hey, have a safe flight, brother.
Congratulate you.
Thank you.
Jeff, now you keep him out of trouble, and you guys take those Highlanders on the road. Don't get hosed anymore.
No, I'm going to walk in. I'm going to threaten the referees before every game.
Make sure they know this is a 40-year-old Pep now. 40-year-old Pep don't mess around.
I'm 40. I'm a man.
I'm a man. You guys take it easy now.
Thanks, Vinny.
Bye.
Coach Fazio at the airport, probably sitting exactly where we were, getting ready to board the plane last Friday.
Yeah, but he didn't have to wait 8 hours.
No.
8 hours we were stuck on that plane. That was crazy.
We got to get out of here.
Sorry.
Okay, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we'll come back live to Cal Baptist University. We're going to hear from Gary Adcock and Ty De Trinidad, the head baseball coach for Santiago. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
And welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're live and amplified from Totman Stadium, Cal Baptist University, as Santiago Santiago will be taking on Servite tonight, 6 o'clock first pitch, live on the Inland Sports Channel. Joining us right now on the show, the skipper of the Sharks, Ty De Trinidad. Coach, thanks for joining us. And, man, opening up with Servite, I saw what they did to King over the weekend. They took a doubleheader against the Wolves over there and Steve Madrill. This is a really good team. Always exciting to play a really good team right out of the gate.
Yeah. Last year we scheduled them. We've actually been playing them the last few years, and last year we came and played and had a great first game with them. Lost 2-1, but it was a great pitching matchup. So, you know, our schedule's grueling, and we're opening up with a tough and quality opponent. I got a chance to see them Saturday, and it'll be an interesting start tonight.
Going to keep the beanie on during the game?
I would love to, but I know that'd be out of uniform for my players, and they would be asking for the same, so I'm going to have to brave it out and tough it out.
A little chilly out here, but it looks like the rain is going to stay away for us so we can get this baseball game in. What are you hoping to see out of your team? I know it's the first game, and, you know, there's probably some things you're going to go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, guys, that worked. We need to clean up this. But what are you hoping to see out of your team tonight?
You know, we try to stay consistent in terms of the execution of the little things. It is early. We've been playing in the fall, but I think once you put on those uniforms, things kind of change a little bit. You're going to see a little bit of the nerves the first couple innings. Then I always say the game settles after the first 2 innings because then the adrenaline stops, and then hopefully the skill set kicks in.
Did you go to Ken's Sporting Goods? You guys always look the best.
Ken's takes care of us over there. I can't say enough about Jason and Ken. Thanks, guys, for the beanies. Appreciate it.
Yeah, on a night like tonight, like perfect. Yeah. You know, come the first week in May, you'll be like, okay, we don't need the beanies anymore. But like tonight, like perfect. Jeff, you need one.
Yeah, and I'm worried about snow flurries out here. It's so darn cold.
There's a possibility.
Yeah.
It is chilly out here. We got Santiago and Servite coming up 6 o'clock. Season opener for the Sharks as they are taking on a really good Friars team. Coach, the whole season, when you look at it, the Big 8 League, second to none, right? And you're going to the National High School Invitational. You've got the Boris Classic. Have you ever had a schedule this tough at Santiago?
We've had tough ones, but I think this one we bit off a lot here. I'm not saying we can or can't chew it, but, you know, we go tonight and then turn around tomorrow for a league game that we had to move against Roosevelt. So we got to definitely keep some fuel in the tank for tomorrow and then regroup and go. But, yeah, it is a tough schedule. I mean, I think in order to be the best, you continue to play the best. But again, it's going to be a grueling challenge for the guys mentally. But they've worked hard and they're coming together as a team.
Wow, so league play just like that.
Yeah.
You turn around and you play Roosevelt.
And then we get some time next week. We have Redlands here again at 6 on Wednesday. And then we have Hart High School for doubleheader, and then Vista Marietta. I mean, it just doesn't get any easier. There's no days off.
Non-stop, huh?
Yeah. Other than the Dodgers scheduling us, we had to say no to that. Kershaw was busy.
Talk about a guy who I don't know. He could be playing for the Dodgers someday. Bryce Terang, your shortstop. We've got a friend, Tim Hatch, who's a big Detroit Tigers fan, and Tigers have the #1 pick in the MLB draft. And he said, you know what? The Tigers are talking about Bryce Terang. That's how good this guy is. I mean, he looks like a surefire first rounder, doesn't he?
Well, we're going to hope so. I mean, that would be a nice thing to have. I mean, I know LSU's still big on him. In fact, last night we had a team dinner, and he was telling us about the facilities and whatnot. And I think parents have done a good job of telling them, hey, if you don't go that route, I mean, LSU's going to be a great place for him.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Detroit was looking for a pitcher. But, you know, remember the year when Dreifert and A-Rod went?
Yeah.
Seattle was supposed to get a pitcher, and the Dodgers were supposed to get that, and they ended up flipping at the end there. So you never know.
Jeter worked out.
Yeah, Rodriguez worked out for them, and Dreifert didn't.
Yeah.
No, he did, but I guess, you know, it was a switch at the end. But I think as it gets closer, you're going to see the needs of the MLB and where they want and where they stand. So it'll be interesting. I mean, right now it's all speculation, predictions, and whatnot. But I think when they get in that room and decide, hey, what do we really need and want that we could use down the line?
And it must be pretty good as a program when you have a guy like Bryce Terang and the scouts are out and the radar guns and the guys are taking notes, but they're not only watching Bryce, they're seeing all the other Sharks out there as well.
Well, absolutely. Another guy that's drawing a lot of rave, and you probably see him in the draft, is Shanks. Jacob Shanks has been a guy that really his stock has gone up. I don't know if it would be a high, you know, you just don't know, but I think he's definitely put himself out there, and it's you know, something he's going to take a look at as well if it happens to go that way.
And he's got UCR, right?
Yes,
he signed with UCR.
UCR, absolutely. So, I mean, we got a couple guys out there to look at, but in terms of the draft, Shanks is probably another one that may have an opportunity.
Now, when you coach these guys, do they elevate the other players around, you know, the team? I mean, do they set goals for your other players, your younger guys in the program?
That's a great question. Yeah, they do. And even if it's not necessarily by vocally, like when we had Chance Cisco, he's one of the quietest guys around. Just their performance, you could tell the game elevates around them. There's a certain calmness about them. There's a certain expectation about them. So when they're out there, you could see the guys just kind of turn it up a notch. And it's something to be said about leadership on the field.
We got Ty De Trinidad, the head baseball coach at Santiago. And speaking of Chance Cisco, Coach, before we let you go, I want to ask about him because he was the first Shark to make it to the major leagues, correct?
He was. He's our first Shark. And then Adam pitched the other day on TV.
Hoffacket, yeah.
And
in the Angels organization.
Yeah, and he's going to have a chance to make the big league club. And, I'm sure Cal Baptist is hoping that happens as well. And so it's nice to see those guys. But, Chance hit a home run in the first game for the Orioles, and he looks like he's going to be a projected starter. So, it's exciting for us.
That is exciting.
Yeah, 24 years since our first big leaguer. It just goes to show you, though, how tough it is to have a guy make it to the big leagues. I mean, that's for all kids to realize that. I mean, been around some great athletes for 24 years, and it's first big leaguer. I mean, it's the competition. It's tough to get.
And you've had some great players go to the
have.
program.
Absolutely, yeah. We can go on and on, but there's guys that they didn't pan out, and then there's guys that went on to college and just didn't get to that level. It doesn't mean anything bad, but it just goes to show how tough it is.
It's difficult, very difficult.
It is, absolutely.
Well, Santiago against Servite tonight, 6 o'clock first pitch right here on the Inland Sports Channel. Coach, we appreciate it. You're always the best. Stay warm out there.
I will.
We're gonna do our best up here in the press box as well. So it's gonna be a little chilly out there.
Yeah, it's winter.
I'm waiting for Santa and his sleigh there.
No kidding, right?
Yeah, because it was 80 at Christmas. Now it's
I know. What happened?
I just had a pool installed, and it's can't even use it. Yeah, so here we go. Thanks,
Seasons
guys.
got mixed up. That's Ty De Trinidad, head baseball coach here at Santiago. As the Sharks will be taking on Servite tonight, 6 o'clock. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach. Yep.
All right, Jeff. We're moving on here. We appreciate it, Coach. There he is. I'm gonna give him a good handshake. Yes, he did. We got one of his players coming down actually to come join us on the broadcast. We open everyone with open arms here on the Inland Sports Show, and one of his baseball players wants to see how the pros do it. You got stuck with us, but we're gonna come close and show how the pros do it.
Dan Patrick is somewhere else.
Yeah. We'll give him the next best thing, right? We'll give him the next best thing. It'll be Mason Jandro and Cullen Holt on the call coming up at 6 o'clock on the Inland Sports Channel. Jeff and I will probably usher it in. We'll probably get the pregame going and toss it to those guys for first pitch here at Cal Baptist. So it'll be a lot of fun. So big thanks to Ty De Trinidad for stopping by. And again, the Sharks are playing in the Boris Classic. They have the National High School Invitational, which is basically the national championship tournament for high school baseball. First Inland Empire school to ever be invited to this, Santiago, so they're going to go out there as well. And then the Big 8 League. I mean, last year they shared the Big 8 League championship with Corona, and the Panthers went all the way to the Division I championship game. They lost to El Toro in the finals at Dodger Stadium. But the Big 8 League is so tough, and this is a really fun and exciting, talented Santiago team. But that Big 8 League, you throw in Steve Madrill and the Wolves, Corona, Norco's always tough, Centennial's on the rise. Roosevelt had a breakout season last year. That is tough. Wait, we got another call? You got another call, don't you?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, because we're going to have to take a break in a second. Can we take a break?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's take a break. Greg Holla, you know how it's going down. We're going to take a break. We're going to have some more surprise guests. We're also going to bring you up to date on the Dodgers and the Halos at spring training. And whatever Jeff has up his sleeve, you just really never know. We're live at Cal Baptist University. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car, whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
And welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m. It's been a real wacky show here live from Cal Baptist as we're getting set for Santiago taking on Servite, season opener for the Sharks. Jeff, another special guest. Another one?
We do. We have the...
And this one's very special.
This is our favorite guy in the whole world. He is the head men's basketball coach at UC Riverside. He is Justin Bell. Justin, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
We hope, though, that we can continue to go with the UC Riverside Highlanders as they make it to the Big West tournament. We are have a big week coming up.
Yeah, we had a good practice today, and our guys are staying focused, just kind of one practice at a time, not trying to get distracted by anything, just kind of keeping focus on that. And I think that that's helped us make a couple of strides, and hopefully we can continue to make some. It's all right now. It's all the guys. They're just staying focused and they're practicing hard. So that's all we want, one day at a time.
Well, Coach Bell, Jeff and I were looking at the tiebreakers. I know you're just worried about the game and you're worried about the X's and O's and beating Cal Poly on Thursday. But we looked at the X's and O's. I mean, the tiebreaker, I'm sorry, for the Big West Conference tournament. You guys are in really good shape. Did you know that?
No, I don't know. I haven't looked at anything, to be honest with you.
If you want, I could tell you.
No, it's okay. I don't want to know.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Just beat Poly on Thursday. You guys are in really good shape to make the postseason conference tournament.
Yeah, I'll just stay in my own little world.
stay in your lane and just beat Poly on Thursday, and everything will take care of itself. But man, yeah, we were talking to a lot of people coming off that Davis game, and I know you got to put that one in the rearview mirror and focus on not only Poly on Thursday, but Long Beach State again on Saturday to wrap up the regular season in Big West Conference play. This team's been in a lot of close games, Coach Bell. That you think it's going to pay off in the end, right? Some adversity and battling through some tight games, especially in the final minutes.
Yeah, we try to learn from them all, and we think some of the games that we've lost helped us win some of the ones that we've won. So we watch them and don't shy away from it. But how can we attack it and get better and make sure that doesn't happen again? So that's been our whole kind of focus. So, yeah, we hope that, it pays off. But and I tell the guys, instead of hoping, let's watch it and get better from it and then make sure it doesn't,
We got Justin Bell, UC Riverside men's basketball coach, here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m. Jeff, we got Poly on Thursday night. We got Coach Bell on the line. I know that first time we played Poly, that was a tough one to swallow, as it was a one that went down to the final possession or two. Coach, some of these teams that you see a second time around, do you adjust? Do you find some things out after playing them once in Big West Conference play that you can, again, make some adjustments the second time around?
Yeah, you try to. You look at tendencies, and try to look at things you can get better at. But also, sometimes teams they become different teams. They evolve. So sometimes they're kind of a new team within themselves. Sometimes they run different sets or they got different rotations in the first time you played them. Especially, a good example is like our game against Fullerton. They were kind of two different teams almost because we played them the first game of conference, So by the time we played them the second time, they had built so much winning confidence in themselves. We were going to have to do some things differently than we did the first time around.
Well, Coach, we are fired up for Cal Poly on Thursday night. And, again, it looks really good for the Highlanders here in the final week because Jeff wants to get to that Big West Conference tournament. They have a really big buffet in the hospitality room for media.
Yeah.
Jeff really wants to get there. He wants to get to the pond in Anaheim and really feast and have a good meal and watch you guys win some games.
Absolutely. Well, you guys have been great. I appreciate it. And, it's good to have you guys on our side and cheering hard at the games. And make sure you have a great birthday today, too.
Thank you, Coach. I do appreciate that. You just give me a win on Thursday night against Poly, and it'll be all good.
There we go.
Coach, you're my favorite, and like I said, I hope you continue to win. And when we get to that Big West tournament, you're going to win games, and I'm going to win at the buffet table. We're going to make it. We are going to make it a win-win, no matter what, Coach. You're the best.
Absolutely.
We love you. We think the world of you. You're a good friend to us and a great friend of the show.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. The hospitality. Always great traveling with you too. You guys have been a great treat on the road, so I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Even when we have a lot of adversity and we're in the airport for about 3 or 4 hours, we find a way.
We hunker down. We battle through.
We battle through. So, all right, guys.
Thank you, Coach Bell. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, see you. You got it.
That's UC Riverside men's basketball coach Justin Bell joining us live on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. What a show, man!
Hey,
Coach
I'm telling
Bell
you,
coming through.
Man, I'm telling. Is this a?
He didn't want to know the tiebreaker.
No, he didn't.
With between UC Riverside and Northridge for that final playoff spot.
Yeah,
but just know that UCR is in a good spot. If Northridge loses or we beat Pauley on Thursday, it's all over.
You know what's sad is, we're such good friends with Gazal, our guy, the voice of the Highlander baseball.
It's us versus him.
It's us versus him. But before we get to a Gazal story, we have another special guest. Another special guest of the Inland Sports Show. Caller, how are we doing today?
We are doing just fine in this Riverside traffic. And I wanted to call to wish Mr. Joseph Fernandez very happy birthday.
See, Coach Weathers is one of the only few guys that know my real name because he has to.
That's right.
He gets all the airline stuff, so he has to go by my my driver's license, my ID.
Joseph.
Did I call you Batman? Did I just give you up?
No. They don't know where the Batcave is, but they know my secret identity now. Well, thank you, Coach. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So how you doing, Coach? How's we just talked to Justin Bell. He didn't want to know anything about the tiebreaker. We were trying to give him all the information because I'm telling you, man, the Highlanders they're gonna make it to the what do you call it? It's not the big dance yet. It would be the midwinter dance. The prom is the week later.
Well, it's a Super Bowl for us.
It is.
Yeah, we feel great about it. We love. How our guys are playing. We love their attitudes. We took a heartbreaking loss to UC Davis, and I think their attitude in response to that has been great. It's easy to kind of at this point, just and maybe go south on you, but they've been very positive. We had a really good practice today. They know what's at stake. I think Coach Bell has done great in just keeping the environment positive and keeping them focused on the goal, and he hasn't let them waver, and I think that's been huge.
Well, Coach Weathers, I was telling Jeff, and we were talking about this earlier in the show, that I can't remember another basketball team that has played so many close games that come down the stretch or the final possession or two. I mean, you've been around basketball your whole life. Have you ever seen something like this?
It's my first year, under college basketball, and I've spent a lot of years as a player, and I think I probably had more heartbreaking losses in this season than an entire professional career. And, I mean, we've just had some tough losses that have, not gone our way in the end. But, I mean, it really just tells a lot about our character. I mean, they just have not stopped competing for us, and that's been great, and I think that just speaks volume of, or high praise of what Coach Bell is doing, what the rest of the staff is doing, and our players, ability to be receptive to all this and not, let it really defeat them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because the easy thing to do is just fold up shop and say, oh, man, okay, we're going to be the last place team. Let's just forget about it.
You could get guys that get selfish, that just start playing for their numbers or, things like that. But the fact that we've got, a pretty solid buy-in rate, I think, all our guys that are here are, believe that we can win. They believe that if we get into this tournament that we can beat anybody in it. I think we've played all the, teams, and nobody feels kind of out of our league that, we can't beat them. And, I think teams would be very nervous to play us in the first round of that tournament.
Yeah, I think so. We just had the voice of UC Irvine basketball earlier in the show, and I said, hey, you better watch out. If we get Irvine in the first round, and he said, yeah, no, definitely. He's like, UCR's that wild card out there because they play everybody tough.
Yeah, exactly. So, we want to get ourselves in those positions to, we like the game close, and, we want to be able to pull out on top. It'd be nice for us to get one of those and really validate the work we put in.
You're absolutely right. A lot of close games, and some of them have been going your way in recent weeks, which is good to see. That Davis was a tough one to swallow, but hopefully Thursday night against Cal Poly, a little bit of revenge, because I know that was another tough one on the road at Cal Poly.
Yeah, that was another knife in the gut.
Yeah.
And we've got revenge on our minds, and, I'm hoping our guys are, fired up. I know they'll be ready, in terms of plan and in preparation. And, we ironically, we played pretty well on the road, and not so well at times at home. But last time, Coach Bell kind of put a little different mojo on it and gave the home game kind of a road feel, and we ended up winning. So I'm sure he's going to repeat that recipe, and we should come out with that W.
Well, Coach Weathers, we always appreciate the time. Thank you for being so good to Jeff and I when we go on the road with UCR basketball. So we appreciate you taking the time to call us today, and we'll see you on Thursday night.
Absolutely. You guys take care, man. Happy birthday to you.
All right. Thank you, Coach Weathers. I appreciate that.
All right.
All right. That's Brian Weathers, UCR. The Dobo, too, right?
The Dobo.
He was a great player. He was a coach at Linfield Christian. What was he? Marietta Valley guy, right?
Yeah, Marietta Valley. Played at Cal. Was one of their all-time greats there.
Yeah, he had a long professional career all over the world.
Yeah, just one of those guys. I say, we always joke about Brandon Rosser as being the best player in the Temecula Valley region. No. Brian Weathers is by far.
He's right there, right?
He's the best, and just a quality guy. Great dad, great coach, great everything. So we hope that they can do it this week.
All right, let's take a break here. When we come back, we're going to go over that tiebreaker one more time. I know Coach Bell and Coach Weathers, they're not worried about it at this point. All they're worried about is beating Cal Poly come Thursday night. But we'll talk about that tiebreaker once again. And Dodgers and Halos at spring training. They both were in action today. Let's say the Dodgers didn't win, but they didn't lose either.
No.
Kind of a mixed bag for the Dodgers. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. And welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. That's just Jeff Gorham. I'm Pep Fernandez. Greg Holla back in the studio. This guy's very, very busy. A lot of important things to do, Jeff, so we got to make this quick.
He is.
Yeah. Food.
It's that's very important to us.
Hey, that's the most important thing in the world to me. Forget my family and wife and kids.
It's
as long
food,
as I'm
right?
getting food, for God's sake.
It's the skipper, Gary Adcock, as we go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. CBU baseball off to a 7-3 start, split with Colorado Mesa. Coach, that was like a national championship series with you guys in Colorado Mesa.
Maybe for them. They've been to the World Series like 2 of the last 3 years. We're still trying to get there, but it's definitely a good series to get you a gauge on where you're at, what you need to work on as you head into the league.
Well, we're talking Lancer baseball here, and we see some high school teams here on the field. And, you know, I know you can't name names, but in terms of recruiting, it's always good to have some high school programs come to Cal Baptist. Without recruiting, it's kind of recruiting itself when they see the diamond, they see the facilities, how nice the school is, all those sorts of things, right?
Yeah, especially these two groups. I mean, these two guys are preseason ranked, I think, in the top 20 in the Southern California section. And, you know, we don't get some of these guys, you know, they don't get to see our field until they get here, and then they realize, hey, you know, this is an option. So anytime we can get them out around our schedule and obviously still protecting our field and all those things, we try to do that.
Well, you guys are back home against Holy Names on Friday. Is it already conference play? Like, that was fast.
I know. We only get 10 games, 10 non-conference games. In Division II, it's so hard to find games. We play an enormous amount of league games. So in our 50-game set, you know, our 1/5 of it, or our non-conference, is done, and now we're staring down a 40-game league schedule.
Now, you famously said at the end of the regional last year, you know where I'm going with this?
Oh, geez.
You said famous?
Azusa Pacific.
I don't think it's famous.
Famously.
The 5 people listening on that point.
But basically, I'm paraphrasing here, but you were going to have a good team. You guys were going to be back. Like, you know, CBU maybe made an early exit, but you guys were going to be back making a deep run.
Yeah, well, you know, it even goes a little bit further. Our opening day speech, my assistant coaches reminded the team that I said that. And they put a picture of me up and superimposed me on Arnold Schwarzenegger's face, you know, saying we'll be back. So they've taken it to a new level. But, you know, no, the point was being at a frustrating time that I thought we had a great season with a young team last year, and wanted to kind of challenge those guys returning that, you know, CBU baseball is used to being in the postseason, and we want to actually be able to go further, and kind of sending a message to the incoming recruits and the current players that job's not finished, especially in the last year of Division II.
Yeah, I know you guys are really excited to go Division I and join the WAC, but might as well enjoy D2 while you can in your final season in the Pac West Conference. On paper, I mean, this team is full of local guys and full of talent. I mean, when you look at the roster, you feel like, you know what, this could be a really special year at CBU.
Well, you know, we've been able to navigate the move to Division I and try to implement even some of those measures in this current lineup, meaning, you know, we've tried to increase our pitching depth and our infield depth and our outfield depth, so we've created a little bit more fluidity in the preseason in moving lineups around, and I think that's affected us well early on, and we're hoping that if we can position ourselves in the postseason, it helps us in the postseason, so guys aren't so tired, you know, and kind of on fumes as we had the postseason.
Talking with Gary Adcock here at Cal Baptist University, the head baseball coach, and it seems like you have a variety of different guys stepping up. I always read the press releases. Sammy does such a great job, and Andrew, and I go through the box scores. You always have different guys stepping up, and our guy, Luke Navigado, came through with a huge hit the other night against Colorado Mesa. But what's that like when you know that every single night it could be a different guy?
Yeah, you know, I've used so many different lineups through the first 10 games, and with each one, they make me look smart. You know, sometimes you put a guy in like DJ Porter started his first game, maybe second game of the year, and got 4 hits the other night. So, you know, sometimes you look smart. To others, you might look, man, you're stupid. You should have been starting that guy sooner. But, you know, we try to pick the right matchups, and you know, whether it's Luke or DJ or Ryan Moda, people have been coming up big, and we're a little bit thin in the middle infield now. We've had 2 middle infielders go down, so we're down to 2 middle infielders. So we actually had to put a pitcher out there at shortstop today just in case. So, you know, the depth has helped us thus far, but we can't go much deeper on the position player side. If we go much further, we're playing pitchers out there, although they all think they can do it. You know?
Of course,
there's not one that doesn't think he can do it.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time. We know dinner is calling. Dinner and a movie tonight,
Dinner and
right?
a movie,
rare night off for Coach Adcock.
I've been told that's what I'm doing, so I am just going with that. And happy birthday to you, young man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Man, what are we, 30?
Yeah, exactly. Man, you're good. You're really good.
That's great. And you're spending it at CBU in a little bit of rain.
In rain. I'm going to be out in the rain.
Press box. What a trooper.
Yeah, he's going to be a cameraman for the baseball.
I am. I'm going to be the camera guy tonight.
You're grinding all night.
I'm grinding all night long on my birthday.
Well, I'll tell you what the movie's like next time I see you.
That is Gary Adcock, the head baseball coach at Cal Baptist. Thank you, Coach. We always appreciate it. You guys are like brothers. You guys know that? Like you look exactly. Yeah. He's bigger. Like brothers, like twins here.
That's
like
my guy.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, twins.
Yeah, it's always fun. It's always nice seeing Gary. Grew up with Gary. He was a heck of a basketball player at one time. We played baseball together. We did everything together when we were little kids.
Yeah, it was awesome. So went Inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling with CBU head baseball coach Gary Adcock. Back in action this Friday against Holy Names in Pac West Conference play. We got breaking news.
Breaking news. Holy Names!
And just like that, Indian Springs soccer. I know everyone's a huge Indian Springs soccer fan.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Even more breaking news. It's now 3-0 Indian Springs with 12 minutes remaining. And is that in the first half? Nation of Domination. They are winning big time.
Did you just say Nation of Domination?
Yes, I did.
That's pretty cool. I've never heard that. You know what? It's probably because you're 40 now.
And I'm getting old. I'm using old references.
Yeah, you're like witty. You know, once you hit 40, you become witty.
I just get smart all of a sudden.
Yeah, you know, I've noticed a big change in you today. Yeah. You're more mature. You know that you're probably never going to wear that hat again. Which I'm glad you're going to retire.
This is a nice beanie.
Goofy beanie.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Hey, can you pull up a UCR score while I let everyone know what happened at spring training today?
Watch this. Beep boop beep boop.
Dodgers and Halos down at the Cactus League, and the Dodgers, they didn't win, but they didn't lose. It was a 4-4 tie against the Texas Rangers. Speaking of the Rangers, they might get Tim Lincecum.
That's stupid.
Big-time Timmy Jim.
That's just
And they
stupid.
might make him a closer.
That's not going to happen.
Yes.
Hey, stop it.
Think about, remember John Smoltz?
I remember Schmaltz.
Remember Dennis Eckersley?
Eckersley was the best. No, he was the second best because, the skipper of UCR was the best.
The best. Troy Percival,
yeah,
our favorite. But a lot of these guys, these starting pitchers, they kind of reinvent themselves as closers. And it's not a done deal, but it sounds like Texas wants to bring in Tim Lincecum, who's kind of bounced around after some really great years with the Giants, but maybe as a closer. That's kind of interesting. So Rangers 4, Dodgers 4. The Halos, Ohtani, Ohtani. See what I did there?
I saw that.
See? I'm getting smart. It's happening.
You're witty after 40.
Shohei Ohtani 0 for 3 for the Halos today as they beat the Rockies by a score of 5-2 down there in the Cactus League. And from the Plex on the campus of UC Riverside, is it final?
It is final.
Oh, it's final. They're not supposed to lose.
They lost 6-1. UNLV goes to 8-1 on the season this young season. UC Riverside 4-4.
Rubbish.
Hogwash.
So they will continue that Big 10-game homestand at UCR because they got, University of San Francisco coming to town, Valparaiso's coming to town, the Utah Utes, Grand Canyon. Did I just nail it?
No.
Yeah, I did. I got it all in order, too.
You did?
Just did it. See? The brain cells.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yeah, I nailed it. In order.
In order.
When I go home and I lay in bed at night, I just study rosters and schedules, and I know exactly like who's on what team and what the schedule looks like, who's coming up next. That's what I do.
You're pretty good.
Servite and Santiago warming up. We're going to take a break. Greg Holla, you know what to do. We'll come back. We're going to wrap this thing up. One more segment, Jeff. Can you do this?
Of course they can. There's more people who want to call in and say happy birthday.
They do?
They do. Everyone does.
Holy smokes.
The love of Pep Fernandez will roll on.
We'll be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
And welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Again, we're live at Totman Stadium at Cal Baptist University as Santiago will be taking on Servite. We'll have it live on the Inland Sports channel. Jeff, what a show. Man.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. It was a lot of fun. I know, Pep goes, we work on the rundown. We have everything planned. Today was kind of off the rails. It was nice to celebrate your birthday, buddy. You've done a lot for everybody in this area. I just wanted to do something nice for you on your 40th birthday. You're an old guy.
Well, I really appreciate it. They're doing the national anthem out here at the field as we're getting set for high school baseball. But one more time, we wanted to go over the tiebreaker for the Big West Conference postseason tournament. And basically, this is how it boils down to. If Northridge loses tomorrow night against Cal State Fullerton, it's over. UCR's in.
Yes, we get the food, the pomp, the circumstance of going to the Big West tournament at the Honda Center. Maybe our boy Ghazal Hassan, the voice of Cal State Northridge, he can sit behind us.
And then UCR at home against Cal Poly on Thursday. They win that one again. It's all over, but it could be all over tomorrow night when Northridge plays Fullerton. That is basically the tiebreaker right now. We got to thank all our sponsors because they make this happen. We can do live remotes like this. It's Spoiled, quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by great customer service and low prices. Check them out off of Alessandro Boulevard. Bill Navigato, I'm coming for you. Also, Kin Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. Go to kinsportinggoods.com. Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Check out the new strength and speed classes. Make sure you follow them on Twitter and Instagram as well. And Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, where you can buy, trade, and finance. CatalanoCars.com is the website. Jeff, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to get going on the Inland Sports Channel for Santiago taking on Servite in high school baseball. Tomorrow we got
Jackson Wood of Hillcrest High School playing for CIF Championship.
And John Ramey, Nevada Wolfpack broadcaster.
He's going to, they're ranked, I think, right now 16th in the country, and they're looking for a Mountain West Championship, and he's going to go over the Mountain West with us.
It's going to be a big, big show tomorrow, 3 o'clock. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.